Warzone has arrived, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some crucial minimap tips to help you guys find enemies easier and also get more kills in the new Battle Royale. Now if you guys do go ahead and enjoy today's video, be sure to scroll down, drop a like to support the video further, and be sure you're subscribing if you're currently not subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any future Warzone videos. Now today we're going to specifically cover things that are going to help you find enemies easier, as that's the biggest struggle. Because the map is so big, you can sometimes go even 5 or 10 minutes without finding an enemy team, but these tips in this video should help you find enemies easier and locate them to their exact position. Now without further ado, let's jump into the first tip you guys should change in your settings. So with the new edition of Warzone, they have actually added a new option within your settings that can change the minimap shape from the default circle that you guys should have currently in Modern Warfare to the classic square shape that we have seen on past previous Call of Duty titles. And changing this to a classic square look gives you a bigger view of the minimap, and you can spot enemies further in the distance as the circle cuts off the edges and it gives you a smaller radius. So to get a larger view of the minimap, be sure you're changing this to a classic square option and getting rid of that horrible small circle radius that you guys currently have in your Modern Warfare settings, as this will really help you out in locating where the red dots are coming from. If you guys were unaware, when enemies are shooting, the red dot will appear on the minimap. Now moving on to the red dots, because I have found a technique to locate the exact building an enemy is shooting from. Now because the minimap is fairly small, if an enemy is shooting and the red dot appears to the side of the minimap, you won't be able to see the exact location because the minimap only has a certain radius, and the red dot will still appear, but it will only appear to the edge of the minimap. But what you can do to actually locate the exact building the enemy is shooting from is open up your map view to view the full map and zoom in on where the red dot is. Now after the enemy is shot, the red dot will still appear for a second or two after before it fades away. So when you're completely in the clear and there's enemies shooting nearby, always open up your map, zoom in, and then you can pinpoint the exact building the enemy is shooting from and you can ping it, and then you and your team can push that area. Now an extra tip I would like to mention when you're doing this technique is when you're opening up the map view, be sure to zoom in to roughly where your location is, as if you don't zoom in and you're looking at the whole map, it's hard to determine the exact building the enemy is shooting from because the map is so big and the pixels are shrunk. But this technique I actually found myself whilst playing my first few hours of Warzone, and I can see this tip actually growing, more people start discovering it, and it's something that's definitely going to be used in the competitive scene. But now that the game is still new, people are still getting used to it, you can take advantage of this technique to locate the exact area an enemy is shooting from, and you can seriously get a lot of kills. If you guys are still watching the video and you're enjoying, be sure to scroll down, drop a like if you haven't already, it really supports the videos. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyway, on to the next one. So I'm sure you guys are aware, when enemies are using vehicles, the vehicles will light up red when they're in use by enemies. Now this is really important because when you're paying attention to the minimap and you're seeing a red vehicle, you want to pay attention to that red vehicle until the enemy has stopped using it. You will know the enemy has stopped using the vehicle when the red disappears off the vehicle, and that's when you know that they've got off the vehicle and they're in that exact location. You never want to challenge enemies or push enemies that are in vehicles because they have a much faster way of navigation, and it's a very stupid thing to do because they can get in a better position than you in a short period of time and you can't do anything about it. You will know the second an enemy has got off that vehicle, and it's a really good way to sneak up to the enemy because they're unaware of where you are, but you know where they are and you know where they've stopped off at, and it's a really good way to flank them and get some easy kills. So pay attention the next time you see a red vehicle on the minimap and see where the enemies get off. So the next thing I want to talk about is something that's very overpowered. Now when you're completely out of the game, you've lost the 1 versus 1 and you're spectating your other 2 teammates, you can still ping locations on the map for the enemies to see it on their minimap, which is absolutely crazy. It's not something I thought would be available in this game. So although you're completely out of the game until the enemies buy you back, you're not completely useless and you can still see enemy vehicles being in use boost, you can still see red dots as if you were a normal player. When you're alive in a real-time situation and you ping an enemy, the ping will move with the enemy for a few seconds, which is actually quite overpowered within itself. As far as I'm aware, you cannot ping enemies on the map, but you can ping the location the enemies are in, and with a bit of voice communication, you can just let your teammates know where the enemies are and strategically guide your teammates to a better and safer location, so you're not completely useless if you're spectating your teammates. You can still ping things like buy stations and vehicles. You just cannot ping enemies, but you can ping the location they're in, and with a bit of voice communication, this can be very overpowered. Now, I haven't played every single BR game that is currently available on the market, but all the ones that I have played, they do not have this feature in the game, and that's because once you've been downed and eliminated, you shouldn't be able to change the way the game plays in any way, shape or form. You shouldn't be able to have any input or say, but it seems like Infinity Ward have gone down a different route and given us the option to still ping things on the map and alert our teammates when we're out of the game, and it's a new thing that I think they've ever added to a Battle Royale game. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think any other Battle Royale game allows you to ping things on the map if you've been eliminated. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you guys have learned from these tips and you integrate them the next time you jump into a game of Warzone. I hope you guys are all enjoying the beginning stage of Warzone, the most exciting stage, learning how the game mode works, learning all of the cool new features and improving as a player over time. I'm still a beginner myself and I'm learning loads of new things every hour I'm playing Warzone, and everything I learn that I feel like will benefit you guys, I'm going to be making a video on it as soon as possible. So be sure you subscribe for that if you're currently not subscribed to the channel, so you don't miss out on any future Warzone videos. So thank you all for watching this Warzone video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch all of you guys out in another brand new video. Bye bye.